Hello, hello. Unfortunately due to an accident involving a vacuum cleaner, my headset is broken, so the sound balance on this one is probably gonna be all fucked. But you know what can you do? There's a tournament series that I used to play in a lot called Stupid Strike. It's just a bunch of guys online playing Third Strike tournaments, and I hadn't played in one for about I forget like 30 weeks or something like that, like quite a long time. And yesterday I saw they were doing their little season finale or whatever, and because I'm back to school, I'm awake during the day, so I decided to enter on a whim. The caliber of players is way better than I remember. When I first started going to these things, it was just a um, bunch of people just doing like a little, like a bunch of IRL friends, I think, just doing a little like weekly together, and I would sneak in and just win free. But now it's a bunch of killers. I was surprised. Like every single person is at least like Fight Kid A rank at like after the first two rounds. Um, anyway, I entered this tournament and I had a pretty nice showing, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to go through the replays. Let's see how this works. God, I hope the sound balancing is decent. Here we go. I waited around in this one a little bit for them to join in the spectation. I think this is the only time I actually do that. You know, when you go to a tournament, the first person you play is always like a name you've never seen before. Well, maybe if you never go to tournaments, every name's a name you've never seen before. But like, you just got to download. You don't know who it is. You don't know how good they're gonna be. You just got to download in the middle of the match. And this was me in this game, so I just tried to play pretty safe and lame. And also, I didn't really warm up that much, so I was still getting my sea legs, as it were. Akuma's not. I mean, Akuma's a decent matchup versus Oro. It's probably even. Maybe in Oro's favor. A little top level. I did the Shoto juggle in the corner with the heavy stomp, but I forgot that versus Akuma. Oh, that link! That's one of the only times that's ever happened to me in my life. It was so strange. Far connect, crouching opponent. If they're much further than that, the down medium kick doesn't reach. And if they're closer, the universal overhead won't hit deep enough. So that was like a miracle fucking conversion. That was a failed light uppercut. Anyway, what was I saying? Akuma played badly as... I mean, not that this guy was just, like, super bad or anything. Oops, that was supposed to be walk-ins, close medium punch. Not that this guy was super bad or anything, but, Akuma is very technical to play well in this matchup. In order to win, you gotta be really good at a lot of specific things. Like how to use air tatsus well. And you can do stuff like, oh, that fella, I wanted first hit, but it's very hard to get in that context. Stuff like anti-air heavy DP to super is very tricky to deal with. You can kind of control Oro's air movement between that and air tatsu pretty well as Akuma. But if you don't know the way to zone Oro, it's not very hard for me. I can just kind of do stuff and rely on the fact that my damage output is so much higher. Anyway, by this point I wasn't super scared. I kind of had a good idea of how good he was, and I figured I would probably win like 99% of the time against this guy. So I just kind of play it safe. I don't do anything fancy in this first game. I just kind of like play. Oops. That's harder on Shotos than other characters, but I still usually get it. That was just sloppiness on my part. I had heavy fireball there, which was guaranteed. In fact, I just had a full punish. I could have done like full chicken or something. This is kill. I forgot about that as a punish. I tried to do stay medium kick uppercut. I get that like 90% of the time, but that time I just dropped it. I don't know why. Shit happens. I don't know. A lot of people try to parry their block the wrong way there, and now this is already over. I don't know why I did that juggle of all juggles. Alright, first match down. This was like the only kind of freebie I had in the whole tournament. After here, it was just like violence. My next opponent was versus Cara Melon, who I think is non-binary, so I hope I don't fuck that up while I'm doing commentary. I played this person before, and they were like, they're better now than they used to be, but, it's another matchup where I've got a decent amount of experience versus Ibuki. I wouldn't say I'm great in the matchup, but I definitely know how to kind of rely on my higher damage output, and that's kind of Aura's weapon in this matchup anyway. That was a staying close strong, but Ibuki's air TC actually beat it. Caught me off guard. That was a red parry attempt to just fuck it up. That's a really strong red parry. It gives me full chicken combo to, you know, everything. It would have been super there. before this, I was talking to another Ibuki player who mentioned slide being always punishable by EX uppercut, which I never really thought about. I mean, I knew it was possible if I had EX uppercut, but they were telling me like, oh yeah, if you like merely blocking slide will give you the charge needed to EX uppercut punish it. And I was just like, well, if it was really enough. I didn't think it was enough, but if it's really enough, then that probably makes slide a lot worse. Might actually be able to use that in match. I didn't pull it out at any point here. Light uppercut, I tried for it, I was late. You gotta do it really early. You can red parry that spin kick. It's not a risky red parry to go for. She can go low, she won't. But technically she can, so she can mix you up. Air parry's better there than what I did, which was block on the ground. I'm not playing very well this round. Come on, parry. Avoid some chip, that matters versus Ibuki in endgame. It was sloppy by me.
Final round. Engage.
Dash and throw. I actually teched it. Ibuki was super. I could have died. The nice thing about Ibuki Super 1 is it actually doesn't do that much damage. I mean, it's, you know, it's kind of strong. It's like 40% or what. I mean, not 40%, like 30%. Maybe like 20. Somewhere between 20 and 30. Final answer. Oro gets so much fucking abuse out of 3 stone. People are always like, oh my god, 2 stone is so, I mean, SA2 is so crazy. You see how much damage I got? Holy shit. Now I'm just trying to win without really taking any risks. I want to meteor mid-air or something like that. That was me jumping. Very low risk. There as well. No mix up there. But if it was parried or something, I was probably alright.
Now, find a new rival. Welcome to the world of the street. Yeah, well, I got prepared for battle. Prepare to strike. Now.
I was feeling a little bit more confident after the first one, I gotta say. High connect, jump medium kick. You can't combo out of that, but it does kind of have a nice follow-up scenario. I didn't see a confirm there, so I didn't do anything from the stay medium kick. Very, very rewarding hit. I didn't have super or anything though. I probably could have gone for some kind of chicken combo, but I hit the stay medium kick pretty high. I mean medium punch. So maybe not. Kind of greedy jumping by me. But it's not being like parried or punished in any sort of meaningful way, so it's alright. See, I'm staying ahead in damage trades. I think there I tried to do EX uppercut and missed it, but I tried to do it such that I did EX uppercut to block. And my EX uppercut didn't come out, so I still blocked.
Are you ready?
I think I remember that moment. I lost though. I have a feeling my neutral can't really be punished very well by this Ibuki. So I'm kind of just trying to, I'm not trying to like force mix-ups or anything right now, I'm just kind of trying to like stay mid-air and just wiggle around. That was a nice conversion. They didn't believe in it, but if they did, it would have been my ass on a silver platter. Would have been a nice EX Umuji, I don't know. You gotta be really careful with EX Umuji in this matchup because Aura falls out if he's crouching. So there's a little additional complication. That jump, if that jump went the other way, that could have been really bad for me. That was a nice like starter. I did not actually anticipate that cross through, and they didn't either. Snatched. That's a really good option in endgame because a lot of people are looking for air-to-air parries. And of course it does quite a lot of damage. And that was a failed parry by me, that was too early. But I got a nice conversion. This does so much damage on Ibuki health. For the full conversion it's about, oops, that was a heavy fireball, my targeting wasn't very good. With a full conversion on Ibuki health it's like 75%. I didn't get a full conversion because I just started with like anti-air go strong into go strong. But universal overhead is minus frames, and I did minus frames into parry. Very classic third strike tactic. I think that was it, right? It wasn't 2 out of 3 yet. I mean, it wasn't 3 out of 5 yet. So that was me versus Cara Melon. This was a player who I'd never heard of them before. Maria. I watched them play another person, and they dropped like a million fucking low short supers. And they're using Super 1, and Super 1 gets really fire fucking punishes if you block it. Because it's a blue parry, and then you can do some cool stuff after. Maybe I'll add like a little clip to the end of this that's like some of the punishes. So when I watched this person play, I was just like, I'll probably win the Dudley matchup, so I'll just like, you know, I'll lab the punishes, and I'll block a SA1 and do something cool. So the whole time before this match, I was just labbing punishes. I already knew the punish, I was just practicing it. And then I actually played this Dudley, and this Dudley actually didn't even pick SA1, and also played kind of fire. Look at that. That's some nice Dudley tech right there. Or I can counter that just by hitting medium kick instead of medium punch. But if Dudley does parry a first hit of Stand Strong into ducking, he low profiles the second hit of Stand Strong. And then he gets, you know, a ducking follow-up with the super. It's pretty gnarly. That Dudley's jump is super hard to anti-air with any Oro attack except either a parry or Snare Roundhouse. And Snare Roundhouse, if parried, is pretty... oh, he dropped it. Snare Roundhouse, if parried, is a full jumping combo for Dudley. And also, you got a full jumping combo on my super, so that was pretty bad for me. I'm kind of getting, like, there's a lot of fishing with Snare Roundhouse into cancel and then neutral, and with nice timing on my part, I can poke that with Roundhouse. The damage potential is bad for me. Like, one Dudley Snare Roundhouse into EX smishing a blow is a lot stronger than what I get if I counter poke it, but the counter poke is in my favor in terms of, like, success rate. So here I am fighting out of the corner. Kind of awkward. I could have won right there off of that fucking stay mean kick, but I didn't cancel it. I didn't have faith. Very sloppy on my part. That was an EX fireball. I didn't want it, but I would have died anyway because I was definitely. I hit a button as soon as I parried, and if Dudley super's there, it'll be whatever you do. I make that mistake a few times here, honestly. So by this point, I'm a little nervous. This is 3 out of 5 territory. We're in top 8 already. Very nice cancel. Fortunately, Dudley didn't have any X yet. Jumping in at Dudley is actually very difficult. That was a free Stand Strong for me. They, like, apologized after the game. They were like, sorry about that. Sorry about that cross counter. Stand Strong just punishes cross counter. It doesn't activate cross counter. So I just get, like, a full chicken combo into unblockable. Nice. Cool seeing that low strong beat the fireball. Or his fireball is actually way shittier than it looks. That is an annoying anti-air for me to deal with. So is stand forward, stand roundhouse, stand fierce, I think. He's got like a DC that's really good. I went for the parry. I went for the red parry, and I wanted to block the first hit and parry the rest, but the fucking first hit chipped me out. That caught me off guard. That did so much. I had quite a lot of health. That one really shocked me. I was like, huh? So now I'm down 2. I've made this comeback before, but it's a nightmare to make a comeback like this to win 3 in a row. So now my confidence in being able to win the tournament has really fucking dipped, and I feel like an idiot for labbing punishes instead of actually trying to fucking get a download on how this guy plays. I wrote him off like immediately. Now I'm trying to like just win in neutral, which is possible. Parry there is decent for me. Very nice conversion on the super. That was really smart to recognize that super was the most reliable ender there. Because the Stand Roundhouse kind of working, but they didn't cancel it. Lucky for me. Super, I didn't have it. I think I went for it. No, I was just very greedy and desperate. I don't know what I thought would happen. That was a punish. Pretty funny punish. Roundhouse might have killed there. Ducking upper, I think Roundhouse punishes. I did stand forward, which also punishes. Oro has a lot of scenarios like that where his punish is like a poke. Maybe you don't get a red parry or something. That was really nice. I fucked that up. Fucked it up. Plus strong probably doesn't even work there. It can or not, based on whether Dudley does, which version of Super Dudley uses. I could not tell you, like, you can't even react to which version Dudley uses. Stay medium kick always punishes, or low medium kick at least always punishes. Stay medium kick often punishes. I had to red parry for reliability. That was like the way to win, was to go for a red parry on the last hit. Very nice punish. Recovery on fireballs long enough that Dudley could land into the button. Could be worse for me. I could have got supered there. I think it was a punish. Anti-air low forward. You can see I'm trying to not get anti-air roundhouse or jump in parried on my Stand Roundhouse. And I managed to sneak one by. That's like my first chicken combo I've landed on this Dudley player. I'm just never in that scenario. I'd like to be. But if you play this matchup well, it's very difficult. So now I'm down 1-2. This isn't one of the stupid strike guys I remember. But there's one of the regulars, Kirby, I think. Ooh, look at that. I was watching them play, and they're like a lot better than they used to be. I dropped that. I did the stay medium kick pass. I was too close to the corner to get another unblockable loop, so I went for the stay medium kick uppercut under for the damage and dizzy, and it actually stunned. So that was kind of nice. So this is now winnable. I wouldn't call it great. That almost looked like a Cara throw, but I wasn't aware that Dudley had one. Very nice for me, but I got a 2-hit one, so I've got to go for some further shenanigans. And it kind of worked, and then I dropped the super, and now I've got to go for more further shenanigans. Alright, back on. Very nice parry. That's like the way out of that. I do that myself. Or I can fuck you up by doing low short there, but I don't really know how to do that versus Dudley. I rarely have to do it versus Dudley. Because Dudley, if he parries, you don't push him very much. So if he parries, the low option can actually push him out of the booger. And I'm not used to having to push Dudley more than that. You can probably do 2 dashes, but I usually just walk a little bit, or I do 1 dash. I didn't parry there, I should have. It was like an easy time. It was, OS parry was guaranteed there, or rather there was no downside. Ugh. I tried to parry that on reaction, I just missed it, I saw it. That was bad though. This can be a real unblockable, but the micro walk forward is really precise, and then the jump medium kick is really precise too. Trying to chip me out here. That was really bad by me. If I got that parry, there was a mix anyway, because it was low strong. So let me put you into my mental state right now. I just lost versus that guy, and you know when you win, as long as you're in winner's bracket, you've got kind of like a little like a security blanket, I guess. I don't know. You got the comfort that you can kind of do weird stuff and you'll still be all right because you're in winners. But after I lost that one, I was in top 8 winners, so I'm like, you know, chilling in losers bracket now, and I've still got like 4 or 5 matches I gotta do if I want to win the whole thing. I'm like, you know, so I've seen a lot of the other players in the bracket, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to win anymore. Because, like, even if there's a lot of killers, and I was kind of relying on me not having to play them, but now I'm going to have to go through every killer if I want to win this. And I had to go through some of the killers, but not all of them. The first one I got matched against he's not bad. I don't know, I kind of know this player. I think it might be like a follower of mine, actually, I'm not sure. Because I feel like I recognize the name. Playing Chun-Li, and Chun-Li is Aura's worst matchup, but it's like, it's very dependent on whether Chun-Li knows the matchup and how to punish it. And this player played okay, but like, not the stuff that you need to do to make this matchup free, because this matchup is free if you play it well. First order business for me is to try and actually win the footsies as long as Chun-Li doesn't have super. Try and get a life lead that I can kind of sit on later on. I don't do a great job, but I don't do a horrible job. Then I got a random jump in near the end there, and that was fucking extremely good. Once Chun-Li has super, I've kind of got to win with low forward and nothing else. And jumps. I can jump in. Chun-Li, who does fierce against me. Meeting Aura midair is a very feasible thing you can do in this matchup, and actually is Chun-Li's best type of an anti-air. But this Chun-Li tends to stick to the ground. I say as they jump twice. Could be worse. That was a nice confirm. That's why you never... Well, a lot of Aura's pokes just don't work in this matchup. I don't know what I was thinking there. I knew that was coming. I decided to go for a sneaky reset. It worked. I had to cancel that YOLO. I thought with medium kick it would get Chun-Li close enough to the corner that I could go for a blockable stop or a reset into touch of busy. But actually I was still too far from the corner and the stun just failed to hit. Normally they kind of reach the opponent sooner because the opponent is throwing back less because they're cornered. So even with the stay medium kick to kind of keep closer to Chun-Li, stay medium kick super, it wasn't good enough. That's something I rarely do. But even with that, that was a fake out. It looked kind of strange that it just worked like that, but that's a setup to kind of visually, it's to visually kind of suggest a jump-in stomp, and one of the easiest counters to a jump-in stomp, especially for Chun-Li, is to just do like a stand jab or a stand run us or something that'll hit Oro as he's stomping, but that just loses if I do an air button, kind of an early air button, which is what happened. I don't know if the Chun-Li was actually like trying to read that and just fucked up, or like, or I don't know if the Chun-Li was trying to read that or just fucked up, but that ended up being pretty nice for me. That was a deliberate whiff, or rather, it was like I knew it was gonna whiff when I jumped. I whiffed it anyway, just because a lot of people will block there when they see that. There, that's the thing. That's one of Chun-Li's easiest answers to that, but it does lose if I just do an air normal. Pretty lucky for me, I dropped the super, but I just go for 3 stone instead because I want to win. Against Chun-Li in particular, Universal Overhead doesn't lead to a combo. I had a button there to just win. If I traded with that, or if I just hit like take 2 or got hit. Kind of sloppy by me. Pretty scary. Managed to win. It was just pure luck. Match could have gone either way. In that round anyway.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Slightly in Chun-Li's favor, but not a lot. That was a punish on the air throw. Air throw was not a horrible idea, but it's definitely worse than jump fierce. It's more restrictive to get the right height. Another sneaky reset. This time I just catch out immediately. Oh, I did that on purpose, but I didn't. I wanted a stone to hit her and it didn't. I was like, I'm gonna go for a cross-up unblockable. I'm gonna get dizzy, and then I'm gonna go for cross-up unblockable. So I did early roundhouse, looking for like a couple stone hits, and went from there, like unblockable from there. And I just I didn't get the hard knockdown. And she got thrown way farther away because the stones didn't hit, so I just looked like an idiot. Sloppy by me. I was jumping throw into regular throw, and Browno's like he dodged it. Try not to die here. I could easily die at any moment. That was a risky fireball to throw, technically. Not really. Chun-Li super might punish that from that range. Failed a car throw, and I managed to live. Car throw from that range might have been too far away. I think it was alright. This Chun-Li player misplaces a couple of those car throws later on. Or maybe mistimes, I don't remember. There's a couple of throws that look kind of sussy. Fireball is good until Chun-Li has super. Jumping over someone into, I thought I went for that actual cross-up and below, but they block it correctly, which is, you know, very nice. Jump in Stomp, I didn't have time to do it. Got the dash under. That was a failed car throw. She doesn't have the meter yet, so this is still very... My decision making is very easy as long as Chun-Li doesn't have super. I was really never in any danger that whole round.
Fighters ready. Engage.
But now it's a little bit more difficult. I feel like there's one round where I eat like a million confirms. There's one of them right there. That could have been Dead OS, I think, right? No, probably not. But it can just be raw confirmed, so whatever. There's another one. There was like another yet. That could have been a low forward. I'm like playing. I'm aware of this round that I'm playing really badly, and it's just like fuck. Like if I want to win, I parried into nothing. I shouldn't have even parried because that was low forward into super I could have beaten. And there was another low forward I ate, by the way. Every low forward, against a really good Chun-Li, every low forward is a super. I got lucky there. And then I dropped the fucking soak, which is unfortunate, but Chun-Li's reverse options are shit, so I ended up getting that back. And then a picture perfect touch of dizzy versus Chun-Li. You don't see them that nice ever. So I managed to get it. My next opponent was fucking Dagger G. I consider Dagger G to be a much better player than me, but playing a much shittier character in also a bad matchup. I consider Remy to be like bottom 4 in the game, but Dagger G was playing out of his mind in every fucking opponent he played in this tournament. He beat like a lot of good players on the way up. I was gonna say that about Kirby too. Immediately after I lost to that Dudley player, Kirby knocked that fucking Dudley player into losers as well. And he beat a bunch of, I think he beat Dagger G. He beat a bunch of good players on the way through. No, I don't remember if he fought Dagger G. They fought Dagger G? Fuck. Anyway, this matchup is super good for Oro. But it's not free, but my damage output and my dizzy output are insane, and my mobility is very hard for Remy to control. And between the three of those, it's super good. But Dagger G is really smart. I've lost to him in tournament before, but then also I beat him more recently than that in the Justin Wong's little tournament, and I knocked him out of like I think over $100 in like prize money by winning in that match. So sorry about that, Dagger G. Very nice charging. You see that as partition. I wish I could charge as well as fucking Dagger G can. I got, like, between the matches I played against Dagger G, I do actually have a really good download of how he likes to play, and that did help a lot in this set that we had together. Normally, or the last, like, few times, the earlier few times, I kind of played the matchup super shit and also just had no read on anything. A lot of things Dagger G does are kind of like, they're good, but they've got a weakness, and if you exploit the weakness. Too many throws. Like, he'll hit you at a unusual time, but if you parry the thing, or he'll do something unsafe, but like something unsafe with a high success rate because most people wouldn't anticipate it. And then moments like that, I get so much damage compared to what he gets. That as long as I just stay ahead in the damage, I can... What the fuck was that fireball? As long as I stay ahead in the damage, I can kind of like, you know, hang, I guess. So I go for some aggressive parries. That was very nice. He had nothing there besides jump strong. So seeing the jump strong was super cool. Trade combo. I did not want to play Dagger G. That was a failed super. Really, really sloppy by me. I had a guaranteed win there. Fortunately, 3 stones is all but a guaranteed win as well, so... Even with, like, as good as his defense is, just, like, this is such a nightmare scenario. Remy has nothing good to do here besides a bunch of parries into a throw. And going for those bunch of parries is very risky. Very high possibility that you end up eating a bunch of hits, which is what happened. You just don't know what I was about to do. So I got the first one. That's pretty nice. Duh, he made it under me. Close Fierce might have been a punish there. Please shoot me on my landing. I'm very incentivized to parry on the way down, so Close Fierce. Throw has a high success rate there, whereas Close Fierce depends on whether it's actually a punish or not. Would have been really nice if I got a better punish on that. I parried and then hit a button instantly, anticipating like a button. Like a close medium kick or close medium punch or close heavy punch or something like that. We both just sat and watched each other for a little bit there, that was funny. Then he hit a button at the same time I did, but his button was better. He hit it a little bit more faster than I did, I don't know. Very nice little conversion. You actually get cold blue kick into flash kick situationally. Flash kick itself is more reliable. He loves that flash kick as a counter to... Oops, drop the crouch fierce. He loves that flash kick as a counter to the jump and stomp mix up. And so I anticipated it and just jumped early so that he would have time to flash kick and then parried it. I actually parried twice, thinking EX flash kick. That's what I'm talking about when I say that the fact that I played this guy in this matchup... Ooh, Stomp would have won right there. The fact that I played this guy in this matchup is immensely helpful. I got a little bit of a download of things he likes to go for. Didn't win there. It's possible to touch a dizzy Remy. It's kind of precise though. Well, it's really precise. It might... How easy it is and how hard it is depends on your front stone as well, so there's an RNG factor to it. That was too high. That was a fake out. I'm surprised he tagged that out because it would have lost to jump and stomp again. Boo! My medium kick. That close strong is very plus if memory serves. Crouch Fierce is a good reply to the jump and stomp, and also a good reply to jump ins, but it does lose to air parry. So it's a risk that, you know, Remy... It's a very rewarding anti-air for Remy, but it's like the most risky one. That was a failed heavy fireball again. That was a really bad jump on this. It makes sense, I get it. I do jump around just like that.
Prepare to strike. Now.
But I was just, you know, I guessed right on the parry timing. Nice charging! Love the way Dagger G plays. Oh, super cool whip punish on the sweep. It's hard to use Remy sweep well, it's very risky at low level. So even if I parried that, see my jump arc didn't actually enable me to get a punish. Nice whip punish. I'm getting a lot of dizzy right now. You can see I'm kind of going for my high stun normals. If I can get the dizzy, I win instantly. I jumped and I considered double jumping to stomp, but I figured I would get flash kicked. I didn't want to hold the mix up, so I just jumped and landed. Kind of goofy. Very nice super. Get parried super anyway. I think I like completely cheesed this round. I think I was just set to lose and just win. I like tried to do jump and stomp and then I just fuck it up, and then he misses the punish and doesn't super cancel. Sorry, Dagger G. That was your round. That should have been you. Or it's just very explosive. That's like my weapon, you know?
You win.
I get really high conversions off of certain hits.
Welcome to the world of the street fighter. Prepare for the battle. Prepare to strike. Now.
He actually switches to SA3 here. I made a whole video on how shit that super is, so I was a little bit nervous, because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be in a highlight video. But at the same time, this is the worst super in the game, so I'm really glad that he did that. Like, this is objectively really good for me, because he gets less EX to play with. That actually was the end of the combo, by the way, I didn't drop it. First hit is 3, because I got the second hit of staying strong, then +1/+1/+1, I hit 6. Anyway, he gets less EX to play with, and also the setups for SA2 are also good setups for SA3. That was the worst fucking jump roundhouse of all time. I don't know what the fuck happened there. That was just a horrible decision that he tried to salvage, I think. That, like, 100% just, I got handed the win on a silver platter.
Go for it.
Both dashed in and threw at the same time. See, those snare roundhouses are so dangerous versus Remy. You can't afford to take that kind of abuse. A few of these, I just win. He's playing a little bit more solid and safe now. Trying to let that Dizzy go back down. You gotta do that in this matchup. Now I'm running into every hit. I parried that like it was close medium kick, but he got far medium kick and the parry was much later. It's kind of funny. He probably wanted close medium kick. Jumping combo actually would have just like won there. I'm going for a lot of like kind of like pressure or dash in stuff into just parry. Very greedy, very hungry. Bonk. Low strong, I parried it, he fucking SA3'd me. On one hand that was really cool, on the other hand SA2 would have also worked there. But to give credit where credit's due, SA3 does more damage than SA2 and also has a shorter bar. So that in that instance SA3 was in fact better than SA2. Nice block, very safe. Now it's like almost impossible for me to win. I say that, but I'm literally like one jump in away from winning at any moment. So I just got blue nocturned, and now we're on to game 5. So, you know, Dagger G has won a moral victory against me by the end of the match. It was a good way to use it, too. After a low strong especially, I could parry that high or low. And, so either parry, I'm definitely going to parry and hit a button, and he can just, you know, blue nocturne either way. I just do a casual jump out of the corner there. I normally do a super jump out of the corner, but it kind of like, you know, the jump state. The extra pre-jump frames, plus the fact that the jump back is kind of a cleaner chase. That time I do that on purpose. I do parry into universal overhead and I get flipped out. And that basically just kills him. So that was an example of me exploiting the fact that he picked blue nocturne. SA2 would have just killed me there. I don't quite get the touch of Dizzy, but I get really close. And then I get the mix. So, you know. And then I just do meter build. It's optimal meter build combo. Jump in stomp into full chicken into uppercut ender.
Go.
And I just get a random jump in stomp in neutral. That shit's really powerful. That was a fake out. I thought he would do that. I actually parried first, but here's the touch of Dizzy. I already had a bunch of fire stuns, so it didn't matter very much. What was I gonna say? I forgot. Oh, I parried, but I saw I was gonna land first, so I just shifted to blocking when I landed. So now I'm in loser's final. And my opponent is none less than that fucking Dudley who knocked me out. And I was intently watching the way this guy played at this point. And I told him before the game, I was like kind of like, I had to psych myself up at this point. Because I was like, I'm gonna get double jeopardy by this guy. So I kind of talked to him. Because I think that's the easiest way to unpsych myself. So what I said to him was, as you saw, I'm all warmed up now. So I'm gonna lose, I dropped the parry there. I'm gonna lose slower this time. That's what I told him. And that's a nice OS right there. Hit him with that OS. I can't believe I got the cross through there. That was like the furthest you could possibly be from the corner and have that shit still work. Very nice little way that events played out there for me. That could have still been a game, but I got a couple nice errant hits and just ended things really fast. I gotta be kind of careful, I say as I immediately dash in and stand patiently. That was a punish. It was supposed to be ducking super, I'm sure. I got a bigger punish than what I got. Kind of scary. I could have died. Very aggressive dashing by me. Dashing in into parry is very aggressive. Probably a failed super and the machine gun blow, I would assume, and it would have killed me. But, you know, anti-air into ducking super also just kills me. At least I got Dudley to spend the meter, right? Haha. At least Dudley only has 2 bars. That, you should only do that mid, in the corner. Mid-screen is just a waste of meter. Just let yourself get pushed a little bit. But I get it. Like, I had a lot of bars. That time I successfully get the parry. I was all warmed up from the last time where I dropped it. This time I'm like, I'm gonna go for the low, but I don't push him enough, so that happens. And that actually is gonna happen like 3 times more, so look forward to that. Every time I try to push him more, and I'm like, did I push him enough this time? And it's like, fucking no. Dudley just like, I have to push Dudley super far. I'm getting really lucky hits here. Hit a button immediately because I'm bad. Alright, here. I should have done the super maybe later, so I could interfere with the super motion by Dudley. But I think Wake Up Super would have just killed me. Because Dudley would have gotten the first hit off, and the first hit would have killed me. And Dudley stops being invincible after the first hit, I think. It's possible as far enough away that I was safe. Dudley's super, the first active frame is very short range. I might have been okay. I just wanted to jump out. I should have backed up and then done it. It was scary. It was a scary situation. I just got lucky. After that round, I was just like, you probably could have, like, you know, probably could have supered me. He was like, I tried. Which, you know, I dropped that setup. I just dropped it. I simply dropped it. I went for the low. I got some damage. That was me low parry into button, but the low parry, the roundhouse was gross, massively mistimed. What a trade. But I still got the punish on it actually, but I did go for a reaction low parry. You can reaction low parry Dudley the roundhouse. You gotta be watching for it, but you can do it. I tried to punish it, but I couldn't. That time I didn't parry into roundhouse. I can't believe that hit the way it did. Got a nice little conversion there. I'm gonna ate this. And then did that. Dudley's wake up mix is really good, so Dudley players will often try to do something on your wake up. Either towards roundhouse, low short, low roundhouse. I don't know, some kind of fade away towards forward bullshit. Throw. EX uppercut has a high success rate because Dudley's wanting to do something every time you wake up. And I didn't pull it out yet, so it's just like, okay, let's do this. So now I'm actually up to 2. Somehow. Against the person who like knocked me down in the first place. Low roundhouse is pretty slow. I did want the side switch there, but retrospectively, why did I want it? I low parried it on reaction and I just fucked it up. But the super fell out, so it could be worse. Very nice. Dudley might have had like super or ducking super upon landing, but that would have been like nightmarish to actually hit. Super into 2 hit strong into 1 hit strong with the super probably would have won right there, but I fucked it up. That's a hard thing to hit. I drop that all the time. It's one of Oro's most rewarding and difficult tactics, is 2 hit close strong with the 1 hit close strong. Dudley can, that was a fine thing to do there. He should have, that was blockable. He just should have been blocking. Once again, I did the, you actually went for low parry, so I probably could have done this jump and think it'd been fine. Got pretty busy though, so it didn't matter. But once again, I thought I pushed Dudley enough, and then the low parry into my low short ended up pushing Dudley out of the super. It's because you use heavy super versus Dudley. So the super will be higher on Dudley's wake up. So the possibility of pushing him out of it is easier. Dudley's jump is so damn low. Gah. You really don't want to eat those. I can't believe that just worked. I dropped it though. It was really far away. I had to be like near frame perfect. Could have been super to kill me. No, it couldn't. Dudley didn't have meter. Round on the board for Maria.
Find a new rival. Welcome to the world of Street Fighter.
I'm still feeling pretty confident because I'm up 2-1. I'm just like, if I just play normal and happen to get a match, I already won, you know. So now I'm just thinking about play normal. Oh, I think when I was walking back there, my phone alarm rang. It was a funny little moment. Because it was like 6:46 and I go to work at 8. None of that combo. Oops. Early jump medium kick, caught an APR button of some variety. Things are looking a little dire for yours truly. That could have been super from Dudley. It was a funny little moment to end this round. Get hype. Hey. I thought I was about to get chipped out, but I actually had a massive amount of HP. That ducking super punishes fireballs, or just a lot of buttons or things I could be doing. But it was just a prayer there. But I did get the cool red parry into punish, so that was, you know, that feels really good. The red parry makes your punish, it gives you optimal punishes and makes them, it gives you higher damage punishes and makes them reliable, regardless of which version of Super Dudley does. It's a fairly low risk parry. Oops. I saw it and attempted to parry it, but I was too late. I was already getting hit. That tech is so good. It hurts. First hit of super dropped against me. Look at this! EX uppercut to super. That was lucky. Managed to squeak out the win. I'm playing out of my mind right now. Alright, so the last opponent I had was Kirby, who had quite the series of matches to get up here. Do I have it? Where the fuck is the challenge? Beat and Cruza, who I saw playing, was playing Urian and playing super fucking well. Beat Mr. Pomegranate X, I don't remember how good they were. Beat that Dudley. I thought that was someone else. Maybe not. But Kirby was in winner's bracket and hadn't lost a match, I think, to get there, to be in winners grand finals. But he plays Makoto, and Makoto's a match I'm usually pretty strong in. And also Kirby, the last few times I played them, was very bad in the Aura matchup. Like, did not know how to control Aura's movement for shit. This is obviously a really good Makoto player, and beating other really good players. And A-ranked on Fightcade now, which, you know, impressed me. That's not easy to do. But I really just had like kind of free reign movement the last few times I played, and after the first like match here, I felt like I still had it. This is a little sloppy starting off by me, but like I just am not like punished for just doing nothing. So I just do very passive stuff the whole fucking set. I'm just jumping in place and just like kind of occasionally I dash, I poke. I jump like every single time I eat a dash punch, and then I just rely on my very high damage output. Oops. No quick spam though, and I missed my instant overhead by like a lot. That was really sloppy. This first match is not so good. One thing that happened in this set was I was trying to psych myself up a little bit. This is I shouldn't even confess to this. This is rude as fuck. So before the match started, I was like, I'm gonna try and make this match easier on myself by getting into this player's head. I missed the first hit there, so I didn't have a conversion, so I just went for the meaty. So I said, please don't double Karakusa me, kind of thinking that they would either not double Karakusa me or double Karakusa me every time, based on the fact that I said that, you know? And then after I won the first match, which is like in like 5 seconds, I typed in the chat 5 more, because I'm coming from loser's bracket. Which was like a, you know, a super rude thing to do. Nice little chip out right there.
You win.
So right now in the chat I'm typing 5 more.
Now, find a new rival. Welcome to the world.
But I'm just trying to make him feel that pressure, you know. Trying to lay on the pressure. He was super chill about it. It was funny. We were laughing about it after the fact.
Are you ready? Go.
But this will be a thing. Wait for it. It'll be important later. Ugh. That Karakusa was really strange. I got a good punish on it. I want to jump into throw there and I just fucked it up. Can't believe that worked. I didn't confirm it for shit. you've got to do this really tight for Makoto, and I actually did it too tight every time. See, I actually got my dash. My dash is too perfect. You've got very few frames of leeway there. But if you're too quick, it's 3 forward dashes. It's forward dash, pause, forward dash, forward dash. If you do the first 2 forward dashes too fast, you'll dash under Makoto, and then you just have no unblockable at all. So it's forward dash, pause, forward dash, and the pause is very small. And then backdash, and then hold up forward. And if you're way too quick, your jump medium kick will actually land before Makoto wakes up, because Makoto's wake up is very slow. And I actually fucked that up a lot, because my inputs are actually too clean here. That time I went for the low. I think my timing was good though. Universal overhead is safe against that super. But I didn't do it with that reason, I just did it to kind of go for universal overhead on block into oops! Medium kick would have worked there. That dizzy bar is looking really good for me though. Oh, but after I won the last round, I typed, I can't believe that didn't dizzy him. After I won the last round, I typed 9 more rounds. And then after this one, I typed 8 more rounds. So I'm really trying to fucking push it here.
You win.
Trying to make them feel like they're fucking, you know, the noose around their neck. And maybe it enticed this character swap, because there's a character swap here. I've seen Kirby's Ken before. I don't think Ken is a bad character by any stretch, but you've got to play Ken a very specific way to beat Oa. It's probably winning a little bit for Ken. At the highest level it might be even, but it's not what you would think to kind of get it to work like that. Ken actually has really solid anti-airs, and really solid air-to-airs, but if you're not kind of exploiting that, and it's kind of hard to exploit. That was a nice parry and punish. That was a nice anti-air actually. That was a deliberate 2-hit. I've got to do this kind of nonsense. My very, 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 very sloppy jump over. I didn't really try and make it work. Unconfirmed. That's all Ken gets if he doesn't have super. He just gets a sweep. He had double parry there. You can go for it. Very, very bad decision to low forward there. You just gotta hold that. It's okay. It's okay to hold it.
Fighters ready. Engage.
My roundhouse could have gotten parried. That wasn't a combo. That was a nice anti-air actually. That close strong should not have worked. I was way too close to the corner to go for some kind of unblockable stuff. Unfortunately, my screen position was all wrong. Little character unfamiliarity. If I did something else there, I actually would have dizzied. So, oops, I could have been a little bit better than what I did. Wake up Cara throw, but he was so far away. Now I'm kind of feeling like I'm kind of choking the game away. Oh yeah, after I won the last one, I typed 7 more rounds. Ugh. Whereas Fireball sucks. It's actually quite good. It's a good Fireball. It's not as good as it was in this 5 though. Nice baby mode combo, I didn't want to drop it. Typed 6 more rounds, and also that was the bracket reset, so I haven't even lost that match yet.
Now, find a new rival. Welcome to the world of Street Fighter 3.
Back to Makoto. Very flexible. I haven't lost a round yet. That's what I meant to say. I'm gonna record this whole thing and it's gonna turn out I was sitting way too far from the fucking mic and I'm gonna be inaudible. What's likely more likely gonna happen is my voice is gonna sound extra high.
Are you ready? Go!
I don't know what causes that. The way it carries, some nonsense. Whenever I'm using a desk mic versus a fucking headset, my voice sounds different. Nice whip punish. But went for parry. Just go for Karakusa or like jump stomp. Or low short. There's like very few things Makoto should do there. I kind of knew I was too close to the corner, so I just went for a high-low unblockable. Or I mean a high-low mix. And I got it, it worked. I definitely had better there. I was too close to the corner to get, and I didn't have meter for an unblockable, but I did have close strong into walking, close strong stomp uppercut. I think that was just a drop. I always see players like eat the low short and then eat the overhead. But if you just hold back, like, you know, you block the overhead even if you have the low short. I'll never understand why people eat that. Those were his coins, not mine. But I typed 5 more.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Nice anti-air. Nice schmicks. After you eat any poke, I feel like you should be mashing parry like a fiend. So that was a really nice parry. It was an OS parry block, but they didn't commit. I tried to punish that, but I got far medium kick. Oops, that happens again later on. Regrettable. I feel like there's like little things. I'm just not being punished for my movement. That was really cool. What you saw. Once again, I don't know what happened that time actually. It looked okay. I did jump a little early, but I should have still been alright. I'm just going for some chip. That was a horrible decision. A lot of matchup and familiarity with Oro. This is like such a good player, but like a lot of stuff just doesn't work. You can never do that kind of super versus that booger. You're committing yourself to dying. You can do that versus the fireball potentially, but not versus a super. And the fireball, it's got to be a straight fireball. Can't be an upward one. Whip punish. I got lucky. A lot of things can be parried. That was minus. I could have gotten thrown. Very nice conversion. Love that. Wake up stomp. Try not to get Karakused. Very few wake up Karakused actually. I jump almost all the time after like any scenario where I can get mixed. This looks like it's gonna be his round. But I get a couple miracle hits. I probably had some kind of dizzy there. Also I typed 3 more rounds. If I got the dizzy, I would have saved myself a super, but whatever.
Fighters ready. Engage.
At the end of the day, I've got as much meter as I need to win. Didn't have the right conversion to get a one-hit fireball no matter what I did. So I just went for 2-hit into Schmicks. Didn't work. I always jump there. I always jump. You can count on me to jump. That was actually optimal. I think that was a super. It might have been a jump. I anticipated a super on my like jump and stomp, so I just hit a button. That was kind of fancy. Got a kill. Type 2 more rounds.
You win. Now.
I played some really good players and played out of my mind for some games. And now in grand finals, I'm just kind of like having fun. I've got so much confidence because I've played Kirby a bunch in tournament before, and they're unmistakably better than they used to be. But I just matchup unfamiliarity plus my matchup familiarity plus I think there's a player counter pick right here, like a playstyle counter pick. Not me and them specifically, but like, oops, 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 that was the correct punish, but they dropped it. Just my kind of like patience, if you can even call it patience. That time I actually timed it perfectly. That's what it should look like versus Makoto. Here's another one for good measure. I think this one doesn't cross up, I don't know why. It looks like I cross up here, but then I don't land on the right side of her, so.
Are you ready? Go!
Still really annoying to get out of. Look at me jumping. Missed my close medium kick. Very sloppy, I haven't hit that like once. It's important in this matchup too. The screen position's not great, you have to use light super versus Makoto. I would go for it anyway. And it actually, I think it doesn't work. But the jump and stomp 2-hit works. A nice parry, but you don't even get a follow-up there. Also, I did that on block, so I could have... Well, I can't die, but like Makoto would have had like, you know, some button into dash punch on me. Same one dash punch, I don't know. I think this just kills. Yeah. And then I type G, 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 G. And I came in first. Last time I was doing the stupid strikes, there was no payout, but, you know, I took like a 30-week break. And then when I finally came back, apparently they do payouts. So because I won like $12 or $13 or something like that from the Maturino. So ooh. But I did play a bunch of nice players on the way through. So you know, I thought it was kind of I was kind of feeling myself anyway. It wasn't about the money. It was about the fucking. A lot of these players felt like as good as I am, and I just managed to scrape out the wins against them. Anyway, I'll just show off the Dudley SA1 parry punish in a clip right after this, and then that's that. Thanks for watching.
1, 2.